The console wars are heating up, and Microsoft Xbox won this first skirmish. Subscribe to Linus Wilson channel, where we give you the tips and tricks to crush RPG games. We're going to give you the lowdown of the Bethesda acquisition just hours before Xbox goes on sale. So with the PS4 selling out in its first couple days on sale, and Microsoft just hours away from opening their sales in New Zealand, and they'll open in the US at 8 a.m. Pacific time in the US and then 8 a.m. UK time in the UK. That means that New Zealand's up first, then the UK, then the US, and we'll see how the Xbox sales are going, but they've made a major announcement about their major weakness versus the PS5, the Sony PlayStation 5, that Xbox has not had really great exclusive games. But with the acquisition of the huge studio of Bethesda, that could all change. And many of those games, if not all of them, will come immediately to the Game Pass, Microsoft's online subscription service for games. Many observers thought that the Game Pass was a great deal for people who play a lot of different games, especially those of EA Sports, but now it's gotten even better with many of these RPG titles of Bethesda. I think you should expect the console wars to get really crazy in these next 2 days, with both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S going up for sale and selling out. Even Nintendo has gotten into the action by putting some consoles up on Amazon for the always sold out Switch. I'm going to read you the press releases from Xbox, Bethesda Studios, and Microsoft. Games. This is the Xbox official blog. Welcoming the talented teams and beloved game franchises of Bethesda to Xbox. Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, September 21st, 2020, 6 a.m. So this is just hours before the Xbox starts its release schedule, which begins in New Zealand at 8 a.m. New Zealand time. So just hours, like 7 hours before the Xbox starts its pre-orders. For the first time, so critically acclaimed creators of the Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, Quake, Starfield, and more join Team Xbox. Today is a special day as we welcome some of the most accomplished studios in the games industry to Xbox. We are thrilled to announce Microsoft has an agreement to acquire ZeniMax Media, parent company of Bethesda Softworks. As one of the largest, most critically acclaimed privately held game developers and publishers in the world, Bethesda is an incredibly talented group of 2,300 people worldwide who make up some of the most accomplished creative studios in our industry. Across Bethesda Softworks, Bethesda Game Studios, ID Software, ZeniMax Online Studios, Arkane MachineGames, Tango Gameworks, AlphaDog, and Roundhouse Studios. These are the teams responsible for franchises like The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, Prey, Quake, Starfield, and many more. Bethesda games have always had a special place on the Xbox and in the hearts of millions of gamers around the world. Our teams have close and storied history working together, from the first Doom and its ID Tech engine, innovating games on PCs, to Bethesda's bringing the first console game to the original Xbox, the groundbreaking The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind. Over the years, I've had many deep conversations with the creative leaders at Bethesda on the future of gaming, and we've long shared similar visions for the opportunities for creators and their games to reach more players in more ways. Just as they took the first bold steps to bring Elder Scrolls, the franchise, to the original Xbox, Bethesda were early supporters of the Xbox Game Pass, bringing their games to new audiences across devices, and have been actively investing in new gaming technology like cloud streaming of games. We will be adding Bethesda's iconic franchises to Xbox Game Pass for console and PC. One of the things that has me most excited is seeing the roadmap with Bethesda's future games, some announced and many unannounced to Xbox console and PC, including Starfield, the highly anticipated new space epic, currently in development by Bethesda Game Studios. Like us, Bethesda are passionate believers in building a diverse array of creative experiences, in exploring new game franchises, and in telling the story in bold ways. All the great work will, of course, continue to grow, and we look forward to empowering them with resources and the support of Microsoft to scale their creative vision to more players in new ways for you. All our work and the foundation of the relationship with starts with the compliment to deliver a breadth of amazing games and discover play on Xbox. Over the last few weeks, we've been excited to share more details on important elements of the plan we've been building for years, a plan that is in fulfillment of promise to you, the Xbox player, to deliver the most performant, immersive, and compatible next-generation gaming experience and the freedom to play blockbuster games with your friends anytime, anywhere. Today is a landmark step in our journey together and incredibly energized by what this step means for Xbox. Please join me in welcoming all our friends at Bethesda to Team Xbox. This is the blog from Bethesda, Why Microsoft is a Perfect Fit, September 21st, 2020. Today we announce we are joining the Microsoft family. It's from Peter Hines, Senior VP of PR and Marketing. Today we announce we're joining the we are joining the Microsoft family. Today we announce we're joining the Microsoft family, press release below. And if you haven't had the chance to read what Phil Spencer and Todd Howard shared of their posts this morning, be sure to check them out. When you work at a place as long as I've worked at Bethesda, just a month short of 21 years, you see some things. Chief amongst them is change. When I started, Bethesda was not much more than a handful of people. The team working on Morrowind fit in a couple of offices, and there were probably 6 or 7 of us spread across everything else. Bethesda Software, our parent company, ZeniMax Media, and many internal studios now employ thousands of talented people in publishing offices and development studios around the world. We've gone from an internal studio to many, from focusing on single-player fantasy RPGs to developing massive MMOs, first-person shooters, and everything in between. The world, our industry, and our company has changed a lot in the 34 years since Bethesda Softworks was first founded. Today it changed again, and I know that brings up questions, but the key point is we're still Bethesda. We're still working on the same games we were yesterday, made by the same studios we worked with for years, and those games will be published by us. So why change? Because it allows us to make even better games going forward. Microsoft is an incredible partner and offers access to resources that will make us a better publisher and developer. We believe that means better games for you. Simply put, we believe that change is an important part of getting together. We believe in pushing ourselves to be better, to innovate, to grow, and we have a long history of working with Microsoft. Our companies share many of the same principles. We believe in a culture that values passion, quality, collaboration, and innovation. When I think back to the first time we decided to shift from being a PC-only developer and make Morrowind for the original Xbox, it was a move that countless people said would never work. Nobody on consoles wanted a game that big and complex. But Microsoft believed in us, so did you. And now RPGs of all shapes and sizes are hugely successful on consoles. Yes, it's a big change for us, but after taking a minute to absorb the magnitude of this acquisition, we're going to continue doing what we know and love, making great games. We're going to keep trying new things. We're going to take the same passion we poured into what we do and the passion that our community brings to the things we make and do even better. And soon the conversation will move back on from the deal to talking about our games again, and I can get back to the answering the questions that get us all excited. Tell me more about Deathloop. When can we see more Ghostwire? What's coming in Q4 for Elder Scrolls Online? I want to see more of Doom Eternal DLC. When the heck will you tell me about Starfield? I'm excited about those conversations and look forward to talking to you about all that and much more in weeks, months, and years ahead. I believe in people I work with. I believe in the company we've created together. I believe in the communities that have formed around the games we make. And I believe today's announcement is just the next in a long line of changes to our history that will lead to bigger and better games for all of us. Pete Hines, SVP Global Marketing and Communications. And then below here is the press release, Microsoft to acquire ZeniMax Media and its game publisher. Iconic games and portfolio publishing expertise and world-class talent accelerates growth in Microsoft gaming business. Redmond, Washington, September 21st, 2020. More than 3 billion people on the planet play games for fun, escape, and human connection. Unlike any other medium, games empower people to engage in creativity, strategic thinking, and teamwork, immerses them in interactive stories and worlds, and created some of the world's most amazing creators. The cultural phenomena of gaming has made it to the largest and fastest growing form of entertainment in the world, an industry that is expected to be more than $200 billion in annual revenue in 2021. As the gaming industry transforms from a device-centric era to a player-centric era powered by new technology that provides the freedom to play with friends anywhere on any device, Microsoft, NASDAQ, MSFT, on Monday announced plans to acquire ZeniMax Media, the parent company of Bethesda Softworks, one of the largest privately held game developers and publishers in the world. Creators of critically acclaimed and best-selling game franchises, including The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, among many others, Bethesda brings an impressive portfolio of games, technology, talent, as well as the track record of blockbuster commercial success to Xbox. Under the terms of the agreement, Microsoft will acquire ZeniMax Media for $7.5 billion in cash. With unique investments in context, community, and the cloud, Microsoft's gaming strategy differs from others by empowering people to play the games they want with the people they want, anywhere they want. Games are the primary growth engine in gaming, and games are fueling now cloud gaming services like Xbox Game Pass, which has reached a new milestone of over 15 million subscribers. With the addition of Bethesda, Microsoft will grow from 15 to 23 creative studio teams and will be adding Bethesda's iconic franchises to Xbox Game Pass. This includes Microsoft's intent to bring Bethesda's future games into Xbox Game Pass the same day they launch on Xbox and PC, like Starfield, the highly anticipated new space epic in development by Bethesda Game Studios. Gaming is the most expansive category in the entertainment industry as people everywhere turn to gaming to connect, socialize, and play with their friends, says Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. Quality, differentiated content is the engine behind the growth and the value of Xbox Game Pass, from Minecraft Flight Simulator. As a proven game developer and publisher, Bethesda has seen success across every category of games, and together we will further our ambition to empower more than 3 billion gamers worldwide. This is an awesome time to be an Xbox fan. In the last 10 days alone, we've released details of our 2 new consoles, which go on pre-order tomorrow, launching cloud gaming in the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and now we're making another investment in the most critical part of the strategy, the games, said Phil Spencer, Executive Vice President Gaming at Microsoft. Generations of gamers have been captivated by the renowned franchises in Bethesda portfolio and will continue to be so for years to come as part of Xbox. The planned acquisition includes publishing offices and development studios spanning the globe with over 2,300 employees, including Bethesda Softworks, Bethesda Game Studios, ID Software, ZeniMax Online Studios, Arkane, MachineGames, Tango Gameworks, AlphaDog, and Roundhouse Studios. Bethesda's critically acclaimed and best-selling franchises, The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein, and Dishonored, among others. Bethesda's parent company, ZeniMax Media, was founded in 1999 by Chairman and CEO Robert A. Altman. Bethesda's structure and leadership will remain in place. This is a thrilling day for the company, for our employees, and our fans. We have enjoyed a close partnership with Microsoft for decades, and this deal is a natural progression of those years working together, said Altman. The big winners today are our fans. We continue to develop a slate of AAA games, but now with Microsoft scale in the entire game stack, our games can only get better. The transaction is subject to customary closing conditions and complete regulatory review. Microsoft expects the acquisition to close in the second half of fiscal year 2021 and have a minimal impact on non-GAAP operating income in the fiscal years 2021 and 2022. Non-GAAP excludes the expected income of purchase accounting adjustments as integration and transaction-related expenses. For more information, visit the blog post from Phil Spencer, EVP Gaming at Microsoft. About Microsoft, Microsoft enables digital transformation for the era of the intelligent cloud and intelligent edge. Its mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. About ZeniMax Media. ZeniMax Media is a privately owned media organization headquartered outside Washington, D.C., with internal publishing offices around the globe. Through its subsidiaries, ZeniMax Media creates and publishes original interactive entertainment content for consoles, PCs, and handheld wireless devices. ZeniMax Media divisions include Bethesda Softworks, Bethesda Game Studios, ID Software, Arkane Studios, Tango Gameworks, MachineGames, ZeniMax Online Studios, Alpha Dog Games, Roundhouse Studios, ZeniMax Europe, ZeniMax Asia, ZeniMax Asia Pacific Limited, and ZeniMax Australia. For more information for Zen Media, visit www.zenimax.com. Statements in this release are forward-looking statements, are based on current expectations and assumptions that are subject to risks and uncertainties. Actual results could differ materially because of factors such as risk that the ZeniMax Media transaction may not be completed in a timely manner or at all, any restrictions or limitations imposed by regulatory authorities, the impacts of acquisition of ZeniMax Media's gaming community and customers, the impact of management and organizational changes on ZeniMax Media's business, and the impact of ZeniMax Media employees, and our ability to retain current personnel, our effectiveness to integrate the ZeniMax Media platform on the Microsoft business, our ability to realize the broader strategic and operating objectives, significant investments in products and services may not achieve expected returns, impairment of goodwill or amortizable intangible assets causing significant charge to earnings, cyber attacks and security vulnerabilities could lead to reduced revenue, increased cost, liability claims, or harm to our reputation. Oh, it just goes on and on and on. Anyways, if you're an investor, be careful. There are some risks.